Hello Taurus, this is your extended reading. So it's very interesting, the cards that are coming through to continue the story from the first part, because as I said, I feel like there is a coming together with perhaps an ex-partner of yours that wants to just be a part of your life, right? But I feel like you are extremely resistant and reluctant to accept that. And I feel like you're constantly saying no, 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 everything that this person is suggesting. I feel like you're objecting. Because we start this extended with the Five of Pentacles, and although this card usually has a different meaning, if you've seen some of my past readings, you'll know that indicates for me some sort of specific place, right? But today, what came through actually was this nope, nope, nope. It's like constant no's. It's like you're refusing to accept anything that comes from this other, right? Or actually, because it's starting this extended, and because it actually, this card is right beneath it, right? The Five of Swords, two fives, and it's like it's like no, not at all. I don't want. It's like, for me, you're refusing anything at all from anyone. I feel like you're just trying to state your independence, right? But I feel like there's not much that you can do, really, Taurus, and it's not to disappoint you or to disregard your actions. It's just that I feel like there are higher powers, right? Because it's almost like this not unfair or unjust. It's just that in your stubbornness, I feel like you're not seeing the benefit of this coming together, right? That it is about like some sort of higher power, right? Because we have a lot of major arcana trying to alert about this coming together and how beneficial it is for you, but you're holding your position firmly, but with minor arcana, which, you know, they have different ways, right? And when we weigh, when we put it when we put it to balance out, right, there is nothing to compare the major arcana and the minor arcana. They hold different ways. You see what I mean? So we have the Temperance card, and you know, this being figuratively the two cups, right, that we saw ending the first part of your reading, and being this very hierarchical, I hope I'm saying this right, but very structured, right? Very top-down structure between this partnership, right? And you trying to hold firm, but being the time to come together to reorder and, you know, put this relationship, right? Put you and this other side by side, right? Not one on top of the other. But I feel like in order to do so with this Temperance card, what I'm seeing visually today is that one of you have to give in. And I feel like, you know, because as I said, you are coming with these two fives, right? The Five of Pentacles and the Five of Swords, you know, very clearly saying, no, I'm not the one who's going to give in. So today, for you, Taurus, I feel like you're this standing cup. And this other, right, which came to your door, right? They came to meet you. They came bringing a surprise. And they came in a very high spirit, which I feel like is what is bothering the most in you. Because they feel very high vibrational, very happy, very joyful, very playful. And I feel like it's almost like in your head, it's like you're telling yourself that you're going to have to play the bad guy, right? or in order to, because what I'm seeing here is like you're angry at this person because, and you're being firmly like saying no to them, right? Because I feel like this side of them, they show it very socially, but you know the truth of it, right? Because your hearts are very connected, but there is this top-down structure which really annoys you, Taurus. And this is the reason, you know, because there is purpose in this coming together and balancing out these two energies, you and this other, right? Because in order to bring balance to it, both of you have to be on the same page, is how it's coming through, right? Especially this page being the messenger, right? This younger energy. And if it's not a child, right, it could be just this message of being on the same page, you see? And so here, this giving cup, right? This cup that is sharing this water drops with you, right? That is standing very firmly. I feel like they are the ones who have to, like, how do I put this into words? It's like you know the truth of it all, right? You know the truth of who they are. So now it's like the ball is in their court, right? So they have to make this move, right? And I feel like the reason why you were so annoyed, Taurus, right? Because with these 2 5s, it's like it's been very painful for you. So perhaps, and what I just heard was, you weren't expecting them so soon. So perhaps this comeback, this get together with them happened a little bit sooner than you were anticipating, right? But clearly, right, you're trying to stand really firmly, right, in your ground, just saying that you're not gonna give in, right? But I feel like in doing so, you're in a way, because this, after the 5 of Swords, right? After the 5 of Swords came the 7 of Cups. So what I was gonna say is that there are 2 messages within this card. One of them is that by saying no to them, you're trying to distract yourself with other things, with other activities, with other chores, or with other with whatever, actually, is how it's coming through, with whatever tiny little thing that you can do to not think about them or to not give them any attention, you're doing. But here, what came through right now as a second message with this 7 of Cups is that you're losing opportunities, right, of finding love again, actually, is how it's coming through. So, but I would add, it's not love in a romantic sense. It's more like love, and as in a harmonious, balanced feeling, right? Because you're too guarded and you're holding this pain inside with all of your no's, right? With all of the no's that you're saying to this person. So you're missing opportunities, trying to distract yourself from having to deal with them, right? And so I feel like at certain point you realize that you'll have to deal with them, right? You cannot you can look oh my god, you can no longer avoid them, right? Because at some point these tiny little things that you're trying to distract yourself with, they're going to end. So you won't have any more excuses, right, to tell them that you cannot give them attention. And I feel like somehow when you do get to confront them, right, to get face to face and have a conversation, I feel like you're very clearly stating your conditions because of the cards that came next. So the Four of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. So in reality, right, this Temperance card is like this balancing out. So someone has to give in. Someone has to make this first step, make the first move, which they are doing, just not the way that you expected, right? Or the timing that you were expecting. They just surprise you with a visit, with a gift, you know. And I feel like because it feels very playful, but you're seeing beyond, right, Taurus? And so you are holding yourself very steadily, very, I should say, very, very grounded, but in a way that it becomes very rigid. But in reality, all that you want, because we're ending this extended with the Four of Wands, right? Which is the happy ending, right? Which is the happily ever after, which is actually the card, you know, if we think of the traditional image of tarot, is a happy marriage, a happy wedding, a happy marriage, right? I mean, wedding as in the party, and perhaps, you know, we talked about the party in the first part of your reading. So maybe this is also like a remembrance. If we are talking about an ex-partner, maybe you're talking about your wishes and desires and expectations when you first got married, right? Or, well, I said that in a way that you could it could appear as if you have gotten married more than once, but maybe it was a slip of the tongue. But anyways, you'll know how it applies for you. Anyway, I'm just saying that this, you still hold that expectation, you still hold that desire for true happiness, for true fulfillment in a relationship, in a marriage, right? As in having a reason to celebrate, right? As a wedding, right? As a wedding party. So you still hold that. But that is coming at the end, which to me is symbolizing that is very late in the conversation that you have with this person that you bring this up, right? Before you're stating your conditions, because, you know, as I said, they came in with the Ace of Wands and the King of Wands, right? And you're coming with the Four of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So in a sense, it's almost like you want to transform this very energetic, enthusiastic, and playful person into someone that is very stable, that is very reliable, that is someone that you can truly have a life that you can grow old with, right? So it's interesting because to me, it's almost like you're imposing conditions that perhaps this one cannot fulfill. But you're saying that, and you know, because remember, these are two fours. So in a sense, what you want is actually stability, right? Is a firm ground. But in the end, because we switch from the Pentacles to the Wands, which is the element that they came bearing this gift, right? And you hold it. I feel like somehow this very rigid, firm stance of yours is a little bit more flexible, right? In a way that it's triggering this remembrance of when you first met each other, or when you got married, right? So the early days where you were so in love, right? And so fulfilled, but also very grounded, this was a really reliable relationship, right? And I feel like this is what you're finally stating to them. And it's interesting because somehow I feel like you because the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Wands, right? And they're coming as the King of Wands. So in a way, you still hold this playfulness. Although you're appearing very much guarded and, you know, very independent, I feel like you haven't lost your childlike spirit, your high spirit that they still present, you know, as this first impression, as this yeah, it's just this very playful personality that they have, and somehow you have lost it along the way, right? And maybe this is the balancing out that has to come. Perhaps it's not meant for you to come together as a couple, right? If this is related to an ex-partner of yours, but this is just to remind you that you can be high-spirited, you can laugh, you can have fun, you can enjoy yourself, right? You don't have to be bitter. It's how it's coming through, bitter and stubborn, right? So yeah, I feel like this is the balancing out that is coming through. So let's see what the astrological runes have for you, Taurus, as a final guidance. Yeah, okay, so this is interesting. So the room that came through, ooh, now the sun is right there. Okay, here. So the room that has come for you is Jupiter. And it's interesting because, you know, Jupiter is a planet, is like is a god, right? That expands, that, you know, likes things big. And actually this is an energy that is related to party, is related to celebrations, it is related to this contentment, this optimism, this joy for life, right? And it's interesting because what I heard with it was, remember when I was talking about the Seven of Cups and how you, by distracting yourself with other functions, with, you know, tidying up here and there, trying to do things just to have an excuse not to deal with this person, you're losing opportunities, right, of feeling love again. I feel like here, this Jupiter is saying there is an incredible opportunity for you, so just be open to it, be open to receive it, right? Because it promises to just, so there is enormous potential for healing here, is how I'm hearing. Enormous potential for hearing. That's interesting. So perhaps the healing is in listening, in hearing, right? So you have to hear what they have to say. So it's okay for you to stand your ground, right? Let them say, let them pour, let them bring this gift for you, right? In whichever form it is, let them remind you of this brightness, of this playfulness, right? Of this enthusiasm for life, right? Here is what this meeting is bringing you, this opportunity to balance things out and to remind you of the importance of having fun, really, right? So Taurus, this was your reading. I hope it was insightful for you. I'm sorry if I was all over the place. I'm getting back to this, so I have to get used to it again. So thank you so much for being here with me. I'll see you next time. Bye.